Alright, so in this video, we're going to be covering graphing inequalities on a number line. So let me show you what a number line is. So a number line is going to be something like this. I cannot draw straight lines, so I will use this tool to make it straight. So here is a number line. This is a classic number line here. And the thing with this number line is that it goes on forever. It goes all the way to negative infinity on this side and positive infinity on this side. Okay, so all the way to positive infinity on this side and all the way to negative infinity on this side. Now the middle, the absolute middle of this is going to be actually the beautiful number 0. 0 is super useful in mathematics. Let me actually take this 0 and let me move it over a little bit because I need it to be exactly in the middle. Hopefully that's in the middle. And then we have all of these numbers here. These are obviously going to be numbers starting from -1 over this side, -2, -3. It's not going to start from -1. Of course, it's going to start from -0.0000 forever and forever 1. But we're not going to worry about that. We're only going to worry about our whole numbers. So whole numbers like this. And we might have some decimals in between that we will need to worry about in our problems. But for now, let's just worry about these beautiful whole numbers and talk about them in this number line. So notice how I am just filling it up with numbers here. Very nice. And this will go on forever. As I said, it's going to go all the way to positive infinity. But these are the numbers. So if we were to say, if we were to graph a point, right? How would we do that? Let's say we want to graph x equals +2. Now this is a number line, so it doesn't matter if it's going to be x or y. It can be x equals 2 or y equals 2, because we don't define if this is x or y. This can be x or y. So I'm actually not going to say x equals 2 because that's going to be confusing. Is this the x-axis? No, it's just a number line. It doesn't have an axis. It's not necessarily an axis. It can be a x-axis. It can be the y-axis because both of the x-axis and the y-axis are number lines themselves. But we're just going to graph the point 2. So this is just a single point on this infinite number line. We can graph that by simply putting it like that, and that's it. That's very simple. We wanted to graph the point 11.5, for example, 11.5, for example, we would just graph that by just pushing this little point, this little dot on 11. Very simple. Now let's see if we wanted to. Let's see how we would graph inequalities. So that's the topic here. So, whoops, it's the topic here. So if we wanted to graph an inequality, like for example, x is greater than 2. Okay, this is the first one we'll do. X is greater than 2. And then let's do x is less than 5. And then let's do x is greater than or equal to 10. And then 4, let's do x is less than or equal to 2.5. Okay, so let's do all of these. Now I would do them on separate graphs because it's going to get confusing to look at all of them on the same graph. So I will be erasing it once we graph it. So first thing first, we have to do x is greater than 2. What does this mean, first of all? What this means is basically we're looking at x values that are greater than the value 2 but not equal to the value 2. So 2.00000000 all the way forever 1 is our first value that we're looking at, and then so forth. And I just realized that I said x. It could obviously be y if this was a y-axis laid down. But here we'll just think about this as the x-axis. So if we were to graph x is greater than 2, what we would do is we wouldn't put a filled hole. We would actually put just a normal hole like this. And then what we would do is we would draw a line on this side going up forever. Okay, just like that. Some people like to shade it all the way in to the end of the number line, just like this. This is also something you can do, same thing. Basically implying that x values that are all greater than 2, so all greater than this point here, but not including this point, is what we are trying to focus on. All right. So that's x is greater than 2. Let me now get rid of this. And let's now do this one. So this was in blue before, and this is now in green. So x is less than 5. Same thing here. We have an open circle like that, and then x is less than that, so it's going to be everything less here. So we can draw like that, or we can shade it all the way in. Hopefully I can make this neat as neat as possible, but x is less than 5. It's going to go all the way to negative infinity. It's going to go all the way to negative infinity, which is, of course, not a value, but it's going to go into that direction. All right. Let's look at this one. X is greater than or equal to 10. This one is interesting because it's going to include 10. So 10 is included. 10 is included like that. So we have to shade in the dot. Shade in the dot and then go on to this side. Go on to the positive infinity side. It's going to be every single value in this direction. Everything. Okay, every single value in this direction all the way to that. So it's going towards the direction of positive infinity. Okay, last one. I don't have a special color for this one. Let me choose purple here. So x is less than 2.5. Less than or equal to 2.5. So 2.5 is going to roughly be in between here. So it's going to be roughly there. And so if we were to draw our dot there, we need a dot because it's less than or equal to. Then it would go in this direction because it's less than, and it's going to go all the way to the direction of negative infinity. So it's going to approach that quantity there. It's going to go all the way in this direction. Okay? All right, so that's problem number 4. All right, so I hope you got kind of an understanding about graphing inequalities and just the number line in general. Just hopefully you can appreciate the beauty of this number line and the simplicity of it, really, because you will be seeing it a lot in mathematics.